Have you ever been blamed for something just because you were born? My twin brother died during our birth, and my father never forgave me for surviving. It should have been you, he'd whisper when no one was around. He was the stronger one. Growing up, I'd find him staring at me with hollow eyes, like he was looking for someone else in my face. My brother's crib remained in my room until I was 7, untouched, waiting. Mom would place fresh teddy bears in it every birthday we would have shared. Our birthday candles always came in pairs, one flame extinguished before the song began. When I was 9, I found a box labeled Michael, hidden in Dad's closet. Inside were tiny blue clothes, a hospital bracelet, and dozens of sonogram pictures with 2 distinct shapes. There was also a letter Dad had written but never sent, addressed to God, begging to trade my life for my brother's. I put everything back exactly as I found it, and never mentioned it to anyone. School became my sanctuary. I joined every club, every team, anything to avoid going home. My teachers praised my dedication, never knowing I was just buying time away from my father's disappointment. Mom tried to bridge the gap between us, but her efforts only highlighted the chasm. He just misses what could have been, she'd say, stroking my hair. But I knew the truth. Dad didn't miss possibilities. He missed the son he wanted, instead of me. On our 16th birthday, Dad got drunk and finally said what he'd been thinking all along. The doctor said one of you might not make it, he slurred, gripping my shoulder so hard it bruised. Your cord was wrapped around his neck. You took his oxygen. You took his life. That night, I packed a bag and ran to my best friend Emma's house. Her parents let me stay for weeks while my mom begged me to come home. Dad never called once. When I finally returned, I found a photo album on my bed. Inside were pictures of my mother pregnant, beaming at the camera, hands cradling her belly. The last page held a note in my mother's handwriting. I've always been grateful for you, exactly as you are. I confronted her that night, demanding the truth. She broke down, confessing that my brother had a severe heart defect detected before birth. The doctors had warned them he wouldn't survive. My cord accident wasn't what killed him. He was already dying. Your father couldn't accept it, she whispered. He needed someone to blame. The doctors, me, eventually you. He couldn't face that some things just happen. Armed with the truth, I waited until Dad came home. I placed the medical records I'd asked my mother for on the kitchen table. Michael was never going to live, I said, my voice steadier than I felt. You've punished me my entire life for something that wasn't my fault. He stared at the papers, his hands shaking. You don't understand, he started, but I cut him off. No, you don't understand. I've spent 18 years mourning a brother I never met, and the father who was right in front of me but never saw me. I moved out the next day. 4 years of college passed with minimal contact. Then last month, Dad showed up at my graduation. He looked older, smaller somehow. I found this, he said, handing me a journal. It was my mother's pregnancy diary. The last entry, written the day before we were born, read, if the worst happens and we lose Michael, I pray his brother will be strong enough for both of them. Strong enough to carry our love forward. Dad's eyes filled with tears. She was right. You were strong enough. I just couldn't see it. I looked at this broken man who had shaped my life with his grief and felt the weight of 2 decades of rejection. I didn't need to be strong, I said quietly. I just needed to be loved. He reached for my hand, but I stepped back. Some wounds take more than one apology to heal.